Good afternoon, everybody. We almost have liftoff. The book number 4, I submitted the manuscript today to Draft to Digital. And they're preparing the manuscript, and when it's ready for me to order my proof copy, they'll notify me and I will order my proof copy, which is the last review before publication, so I can see it in a physical form. And I'm very excited that I'm done with book number 4, or almost. As soon as it gets published, I will be. And I'm probably close to halfway through book number 5. So, to the people who've been waiting to see what continues, how the story continues, you won't have to wait long. It's going to be before September, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. I mean, there's always complications, and I have a life that, beyond writing, not much of one. It's like busy, busy, busy. But I think you're going to be happy with book number 4. And book number 5 is going to take a little bit of a different turn, I think. But anyway, we'll see. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to turn out. But people, I don't know what people read anymore. What's the most popular thing? If you look at YouTube, it looks like fantasy is the most popular. Romance and fantasy. And then the combination of the two, which they call romantasy. Well, I'm not a fan of fantasy. I mean, I had to read The Hobbit in 9th grade for an assignment, and I never continued with that. It just didn't, I did it because I had to. And I really don't care for it. I don't like fantasy. I can't, there's other things that kind of creep me out, like time travel. It's like, oh, no. Alternate universes and things like that just creep me out. So sci-fi is probably not my thing either, but I do like, I think there's enough drama in life and enough entertainment in life to keep us busy without having to resort to fantasy. But that's just me. Everybody's got their own taste, and that's great. That's fine. And there are a lot of people for which these books would be just the right fit. I said I got the first book of Virgin River, so I saw a lot of similarities when I watched the show. And I got the book. I thought, well, the book's always different. And of course, one of my beta readers is a former language teacher, and she says, maybe you just read a little bit of these books that are being compared to the series. And so, I got the first book of Virgin River, and I got the first book of the Mitford series. And Virgin River, the book, is a lot, let's just say it's a little spicier than the TV show. The TV show is, as TV shows go, it's fairly clean. Some people wouldn't say that. Some people just, they don't think that's clean at all. But compared to the book, it's very clean. Now, the spice is something I don't really put in my books. I don't think you need to see that. You don't need to have it described to you. I know it's titillating to people to read all that stuff sometimes, but honestly, I'd rather hear the story, not just that. I'd rather hear the story around these people, and these people are not they're not flawless people. They're also not living in la la land, and they deal with trauma, and they deal with bad things happening to them in challenges without leaving who they are in the end. And these people in this book, and there's different characters, and there are characters that go all the way through, and there's quite a span of years. This is a generational saga. So between the first book and the end of the last book, there's probably going to be about 50 something years. It's the people that you see as younger people, they will be seen as people getting on with their lives, and then people aging, and the challenges of aging, and having a family around you as you do, and your different roles in life as you go through the different stages of life. And that's what generational sagas do. And there's a thread that goes throughout these books. And I don't think you really need the spice. Romance is not the same thing, in my opinion. And you don't, there's the term closed door romance and open door romance and sweet romance and all that. And I think, sweet, I don't like the term sweet romance. I mean, not for my book. It's there are a lot of things that happen that are not romantic at all. And it's real life. Real life, you're not always goo goo gaga over somebody. There are all kinds of things that come into play with all that. But I think these books have a good place in the genre. Small town drama, rural, I can't even say rural anymore, rural fiction, rural mountain living, families, either blood or by choice, it's a big theme throughout the thing, throughout all the books. Challenges, and how do you go against somebody who's evil when you're not, and you choose not to be, but you're also not a pushover. And these people kind of, like I mentioned one time before, it's kind of like in Yellowstone. These people, the men are not effeminate. The men are not wusses. They can be very moral and ethical, and yet, when challenged and when is necessary, they step up to do the right thing. And sometimes the right thing may not be what somebody else thinks is the right thing. But these people protect their families, they protect their homes, and they protect their heritage. And that's what you're going to see here. So, book number 4, I'm going to reveal the title and the cover probably this week. So, stay tuned for that. Now, other business here. These books are sold on Amazon, Kobo, Smashwords, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, bookshop.org. They are also now going to be sold on my own personal site. Now, if there are people, you buy them on Amazon. Buy them there. Buy them, Apple Books, wherever you buy your ebooks. But the retailers. But if you don't want to, if you prefer to avoid all that, I have my own site, a PayHip site, Fuller Life Books, and all the ebooks so far are listed there already. So, and there is I believe I put in, if you purchase one there, you'll get 10% off your next purchase. So that would bring it down below the retail price by just a teeny bit. Now, on PayHip, you can't buy the physical books yet. That would require me ordering books, keeping them here, doing what I want to do with them, signing them or whatever I want to do, and then sending them out myself, doing the mailing, the shipping myself. I haven't done that yet. It's enough right now that I can do this. Now, what happens, why would I want a physical store? I mean, not a physical store, a personal author's site. Well, because, there are a lot of accounts that have been deleted because AI flagged them incorrectly, or they violated some kind of standard that they changed, and Amazon's kind of famous for that. Just like, oh, your account no longer available. Gosh, IG did that same thing to me. But at least if I am kicked off of all the platforms for some reason, now who knows, you don't know. And that can happen whether or not you violated anything. I'm not shut down. I can continue selling my books. Now, the ebooks sold on PayHip, through my PayHip site, are, they don't go toward my total for Drafted Digital. If you always buy books on Amazon, buy books on Amazon. It's just fine. It's fine. If you don't like Amazon and you prefer not to buy on Amazon, PayHip may be the best place for you. And it gives me a little more money, but of course it doesn't count toward my total at Drafted Digital, because I'm going to have to meet that again by next August. But see, by then I'll have an entire series wrapped up. I will have a companion book to it. I will have a collection of short stories, probably about finished, and there'll be a lot of items that you could buy. And some of these books in the Fantasy Mountain series could be standalones, although it really, as it goes on, it seems like it works out better if you know something about the characters before you get to that one. But yeah, so book number 4 is very, very close to the edge, about to fall out into the public. And I hope you'll enjoy that one. I've enjoyed writing them. This has been fun. So, and some days I think maybe I should write something I've never written before. I don't know. We'll see. Bye, everybody.